So in this video, I want to show you how to draft and cut a unisex kaftan dress. Now, this particular method I want to show you, you can actually use to draft a male kaftan and a female kaftan. Now, these are the measurements we'll be working with. Our full length is 34, the chest is 40, this is tummy 38, hip 42, fence 42. Anything you have on your hip is what you will use on fence or the stand, so you don't need to measure fence. So this is how to draft your kaftan. It's so simple. It's so simple. Now, the way I want to start drawing my pattern. Now, it's like I have folded the fabrics into two already like this. Anytime you want to fold, you want to start drafting your kaftan, fold your fabrics into two like this. Do you get the point? Now, after folding the fabrics into two, number one thing you want to do is that on the fabric, draw this measurement line. This is where your measurements will start, even on the fabrics. A very straight line close to the edge of your fabrics. So this is where your measurements will start. Now, the first thing you want to do after folding the fabric is that you want to take the shoulder measurement. Sorry, I forgot to add the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement for this kaftan is 18. Shoulder or back is 18. Sorry. So the first thing after drawing this line on the fabric, the first thing you want to determine is your shoulder measurements. Now, we said the shoulder measurement is 18. You know we have folded the fabrics into two already. We are going to divide this 18 by 2. It will give us 9. So on that 9, just measured 9 on that your measurement line. Just measure your 9. Good. This is my 9. The way you cut the front pattern is actually different, a little bit different from the back pattern of the kaftan. So we are cutting front pattern now. I said the first thing you want to do is that you want to measure apply your shoulder measurements. Our shoulder measurement is 18. So you divide it by 2 without adding anything. This is my 9. This is the back measurement. Now, on this back measurement, you want to go in by 3 inches. That's for the shoulder slant. Go in by 3 inches. That's for the shoulder slant. Now, after going by these 3 inches, just take your ruler and connect these 3 inches to the neckline. Good. Can you see what we're doing now? So this is our shoulder slant. Since you have gotten the shoulder slant, the next thing you want to do is that you want to take the full measurement of the kaftan. Full measurement of the kaftan. So we said the full measurement for this kaftan is full length of the kaftan is 34. So on this front pattern, on this shoulder line you have drew, just place your tape like this. Don't go to this edge and don't come to the neck. Measure at the center like this. Can you see? This is the shoulder line we measured. At the center of this shoulder line, place your tape rule and measure the whole length of the dress. So because of the board, I want to assume that this is the whole length of the dress. This is the whole length. From the whole length, what you need to do now is that you need to add 1 inch sewing allowance. Sorry, 1 inch folding M in allowance. M allowance 1 inch. Just add the 1 inch like this. You understand? Now, just take your ruler and rule it out like this. Good. You look for your measurements and you pick the highest figure in the measurements. This is what we are going to use to cut the front pattern. And the highest, the biggest measurement we have, biggest point we have here is 42, which is hip. So that means we are going to use hip measurement to determine this cut because I just want to cut the straight now on the front pattern. 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5. That 10.5, we are going to add 2 inches sewing allowance to it. For the kaftans, you have enough fabric inside. You understand? So, we want to cut the front now. And we said, hip measurement, the highest point in this chart, which is 42, divided by 4, give me 10.5. Then I want to add 2 inches sewing allowance. So, I want to assume that this is it. The 10.5 was 2 inches sewing allowance. You do same thing here. Good. Then you connect this line. So we're almost done cutting the front pattern like that. It's on the back pattern that will be doing a lot of work. Good. So we are done cutting our front pattern. We are done cutting our front pattern. And good. So as front pattern, after cutting it, this is exactly what you're going to have. This is exactly what you're going to have as your front pattern. This is exactly what you're going to have as your front pattern. Now, after getting this front pattern, in a few seconds before we proceed, let me quickly advertise my product for you. You see, in this fashion industry, the only difference between your own personal clothes and the imported clothes you are buying in market, the only difference is this tag, is packaging rather. See my own packaging tag, opposed to clothing. Can you see? Now, this is tag. So I make this tag and I supply to every part of this world. I have sent this to Canada, I've sent to US, I've sent to Ghana, sent to Cameroon, sent to different parts of the world. So if you really want to take your fashion industry to the next level, I will urge you to get a packaging tag for your brand. This is the label. This is the label. So if you're really interested in getting any of this, either tag or the label, irrespective of your location, we can deliver. Kindly send a DM to place order for your tag and your cloth label. To cut your back pattern, it is so simple. Just fold your fabrics again. After folding your fabrics, you now place this your front pattern on the fabrics, the new fabrics you folded. Just place the way we cut this, just place it on the fabrics you folded for the back pattern now. Now, this is what you want to do. From this point, back pattern is always longer than the front pattern when we are cutting the kaftan. You always see that the joining will always be here. You won't see the joining at the shoulder here. The joining always come here. It's actually because the back pattern is longer than the front pattern. So on the cloth you have folded for the back pattern, just draw this front pattern you place on it, drop it a little bit down, then you place your measurement. You measure 4.5 from here to here. You come here again, you measured another 4.5. Do you get now? And you take your ruler, you connect it. Good. Can you see this now? Can you see this? So this is point, this is 4.5, this is back pattern. So our back pattern is already longer than the front pattern by 4.5. Can you see now? Now, after you might have done this, you are going to measure half inch on this your front pattern. Just place your tape rule and mark half inch on it like this. Half inch like this. Then you connect this half inch on the front pattern. Good. So this is the half on the front pattern. Now, this back pattern now, you want it to lap this half inch on the front pattern. You understand? So, for instance, if this is lapping this, definitely we will have something like half of this. Now, can you guess what I just did now? Can you see now? So the back pattern that is longer than the front pattern by 4.5, it has already lapped this half inch on this front pattern. So you know it has reduced from 4.5 now. So it already lapped this front pattern. Then you place it on it like that. So every measurement you will be applying now, it will be from this back that lapped the front pattern. Let me come back again, the way we cut the back pattern. You fold your fabrics the way you fold the front pattern. After that, you now place your front pattern on the fabrics you folded for the back pattern. After that, you draw it down a little bit. After drawing it back a little bit, don't forget I told you, back pattern always longer than the front pattern. Now, you now place your measurements here. The back pattern will be longer than the front pattern by 4.5 inch. So we mark the 4.5 inch here, you mark the 4.5 inch here. That's what the back pattern used to be longer than the front pattern. Then you connect it. After connecting it, then you trim it out. You have same shape for the shoulder slant. After that, you measure half inch on the front pattern. When you measure that half inch on the front pattern, you are going to lap this 4.5 that back pattern used to be longer than the front, you're going to lap it on this half inches you mark on the front pattern. So this is it now. It is the dot I did now. So the back pattern have lapped the front pattern now. So you can now apply all other measurements on this now. Now, another thing you want to do now, you know, this is back pattern from back pattern now. This is everything we are cutting now, front and back now. Back have lapped the front. So you want to cut everything together now. So you want to take your shoulder measurement again. We said our shoulder measurement, back measurement is 18. So on this now, divided by 2 are 9. After getting this, we want to determine the chest line. We want to determine the chest line. How do you determine chest line? People have different ways of determining the chest line, but this is what I normally use. I usually measure the bicep. This is the bicep. This is what they call bicep. Understand? You measure this bicep. Can you see? So make sure it's free like this. You measure this place is called bicep. After measure this bicep, anything you have, you add 1 inch. That's how I determine my chest line. So what I have here is 14. That 14 divided by 2 give me 7 plus 1 inch. Bicep measurement by 2, 7. 14 divided by 2 give us 7. Then you add 1 inch. That's 8. So from this shoulder line now, you understand? So from this point now, I will be coming in by 8 inches. So this is my chest line. I'll just take ruler and measure my chest line like that. This is my chest line. So do you understand how I arrive at this chest line? Let me come back again. This is how I arrive at this chest line. I said bicep measurements divided by 2 plus 1 inch. My bicep measurement is 14. Divided by 2 give me 7 plus 1 inch making 8. This is that 8 from this point. This is that 8. Now, this line, this shoulder line, is to come like this. So come and meet this chest line. Good. So can you see this is the shoulder, this is our shoulder measurement. So this is our chest line. Now, for a kaftan, normal person, from chest line, you know you want to determine the chest line, tummy line, hip line, and the face line. This is the distance between chest line and the tummy line is 7 inches. From tummy line to hip line is 7 inches. From hip line to face line is 7 inches. Do you get the point now? So let me come again. So this is chest line. And I told you the distance from chest line to the tummy line is 7 inches. From tummy line to hip line is 7 inches. From hip line to face line is 7 inches. Now, we want to start applying our whole measurements now. So on this chest line, we want to have the actual measurements we have here, which is 40. You understand? Now, this 40 divided by 4 gives us 10. That 10 plus 2 inches or 1.5 inches sewing allowance. So, for instance, here is my 10 inch plus 2 inch sewing allowance. So this is my chest measurement. Now, the next thing is tummy. This is tummy. This is 38. Now, let me explain better on this tummy. There are some people that has big tummy. This particular one, the tummy is lesser than the chest. But there are some people who have big tummy. So this is how to do it. Anything you measure on their tummy is what we apply on this tummy line. But majority of people have lesser tummy than chest. But if are the people that get big tummy, anything you have on their tummy is what you're going to apply on the tummy line. So this one now, 38. 38 divided by 2 will give us 9.5. 9.5 plus 2 inch sewing allowance. The hip, don't forget to use hip measurements to cut the whole front. Definitely, we have hip measurements here already. And I told you anything you have on hip is what you will have on the front line. Now, you just connect those lines. Just take your rulers and connect those lines. Good. Can you see now? Can you see? Now, you just take your cuff. This is our armhole. Okay. Before we connect the cuff, this is the armhole. For the front pattern alone, you are going to come in by 1 inch. You see, this is the front pattern. Don't forget, this is where the front pattern starts. This is the half that our back used to lap it. Now, from this front pattern, where it starts to here, you're going to mirror it. Anything you have, you're going to divide it by 2. Here I have 6, definitely the half will be 3. This is half. Now, from this half, you measure it, you want to come in by 3 inch, by 1 inch, 1 inch. So, from this 1 inch, this is how to curve your armhole for the front pattern. Now, this is our shoulder measurement. So you just connect it like this. With this 1 inch you used to come in, we are cutting the armhole already. Can you see what I did now? Now, this is how to curve our armhole. For the front pattern, you need to come in by 1 inch. And how do you do that? This is where the front pattern starts. Anything you have from here to here, you're going to divide it by 2. My own is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. This is the center. On this center, you come in by 1 inch. Then you curve your armhole on that 1 inch. Did you get now? Now, if you want to cut the armhole for the back pattern, the armhole remain on this line. You are not coming in with this 1 inch. So this is the armhole for the back pattern. Cool. So I believe you can see what I'm doing now. This particular one is armhole for the back pattern, while this one is armhole for the front pattern. Now, the next thing we want to do now is that we want to cut the neck. We want to determine the neck. How do you cut the kaftan neck? Now, let me tell you this. There's no any specific formula to get your neck. Now, for instance, if your neck, after measure your client, if your neck measurement is this is how to measure the neck. You do it like this. And you make sure your true finger can go in like this. This is how to measure your kaftan neck. You measure it and make sure your true finger can go in like this. So let's just see anything I have here is my neck measurement now. I have 16 here. Can you see? So 16 is my neck. Now to determine the neck 16, this is the front and back. Don't forget, this is the front and back. The back have lapped the front. And you're going to start the measurement from this back now. Now, my neck 16, I want to measure my neck 16. The first thing I want to do is that come here by 2 inch. Then from here, you come down by 4 inch. Or let's do it 4.5 because you want to get the 16. And I told you there's no any formula for finding it. I will show you how to do it. Then you want to have a perfect square here on this 4.5. Good. Then you connect it with this one. Good. Now, the next thing you want to do now, you want to give this thing curve here. You know it is a neck that we are cutting. You want to give it curve here. So after giving it curve, we want to measure everything that will be here from here to here. We want to get the 16. You know it is 2 fabric. We folded the fabrics into 2 already. So we want to have 16 now. Anything I have here, from here to this point I curve, I want to have 8 inches. So you now place your table like this. You start measuring. Good. I have exactly 8. 8 times 2 is my 16. So, for instance, if your own neck is more than 16, this is how you'll be drawing it down, curve it till you get the exact accurate measurement for your neck. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is how to cut it after drafting. So, this is what we draft out. This is what we draft. So this is how the draft should look out after you cut everything out. Good. So this is what you should have. Now don't forget I told you. So this is the armhole for the back. This is armhole for the front. Now when you are cutting the neck, don't cut both front and back together. You know it is front and back that will fold together. Don't do it like that. This is what you need to do. This is front. The only thing you're cutting from here is front. You understand? Now, you start cutting it from here, only front. You cut it from here, you do the curve here. You hold it from here, where the back lap the front, you start cutting both together. See here. When you reach here now, you now release the back that lap the front. After you have released it, this is what you do. You now come in by 1 inch from here from this edge, you come in by 1 inch. This 1 inch, you now cuff it. So this is how to cut the back, the neck for the back. Let me show you again. We folded both front and back together. Now you want to cut the neck. Now the front pattern alone is what you are cutting from this place. You cut it here. You start cutting both front and back from where back lap the front. So you cut it to this edge and you stop. After that, you now release the one that lap the front. When you release it, you now come in by 1 inch to shape it to this where we stop, and you cut out the back already. So you have cut out the back already. So I have online class on how to make kaftan dress, from drafting, cutting with fabrics, use a pattern paper and everything in such a way that even a primary school student will understand. If you are really interested in joining my class, irrespective of where you're coming from, irrespective of your country, being East Africa country, Ghana, South Africa, Uganda, anywhere, Cameroon, UK, USA, Canada, everywhere you are, and you are really interested in joining my online class, the class is well built, and you will definitely love my class. You will definitely love my explanation. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.